What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be working on making some custom delete door cards for the E36. This video should apply to most cars since door designs are pretty much the same, but I'm going to be working on my 325i today. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be using and how we're going to get started. So off camera, obviously I made my first template just to kind of practice, but I'll explain how I did that. So all the tools that you kind of need are pretty simple. You can substitute stuff if you want. Main thing is angle grinder. I like using this air Dremel, 90-degree air Dremel with a carbide bit, so you can round out edges and you can make holes. Makes it a lot easier to make the initial cut for the door card. And then these are kind of optional, but I want to use this just to scuff out some of the edges to make them a bit smoother. And then paint marker if you want to mark stuff. And then I'm just going to be mounting it with self-tapper since it's a track car. Last thing you're going to need is a sheet of ABS plastic. I picked this up from a local aerospace material supplier. I think I paid 50 bucks for each sheet, and you can see they're pretty long. You can do a lot of door cards and other delete panels. So I basically just outlined where I kind of wanted the door card to go with tape, and then that just kind of gave me something to pull off. I'd suggest using duct tape or something that'll actually hold together well, and you want to lay it pretty flat. You don't want many curves in it. So then once you pull off the tape in one piece, you transfer it over to your ABS and you kind of trace out and cut along the outside, and then I use the carbide bit to start the hole, and then I just kind of work my way out. So now I'm going to use this template that I made since I scratched this up a bit and I have one jagged spot right there. I'm going to transfer it onto the ABS, show you guys how I trace it out, cut it out, and then what it's going to look like. So I just kind of take a paint marker and trace along the outside, and then you're left with something to cut out. So alright, so we kind of have a decent trim up. So now I'm just going to do these parts off camera, but same thing, I'm just going to take the angle grinder, kind of go around, and then I'll get to finishing it with the carbide bit and kind of show you guys how it turns out. I'm not going to record that because everyone's going to take a different amount of time and a different approach, so I'm just trying to get as smooth lines as possible. But basically, after you have kind of gotten your good shape and you're happy with your shape, it's time to mock it up on the door. I just used reference holes from where I last bolted in the template. So I just kind of threw the self-tappers back in there. And you can see when everything is fully pressed, it all lines back up. So next thing you're going to do, I'm just choosing to use self-tappers because of the simplicity of them. Everything's nice and sturdy. Let me move the drill so I can close the door. There you go, door closes. No more worrying about wires and stuff. So I added a finishing touch on there. I still got to paint this, but for now it looks okay. But I took a old Lululemon bag and I took the strap. I double folded so I had something to grab onto. Yeah, just like I folded them over, and then I made a pilot hole in that, a pilot hole in the actual door card, and then I drilled another self-tapper in. So now if you're strapped in or something, all you have to do instead of grabbing from out here, makes it easier, you can just kind of pull in and then. So this side is done too. It turned out really, really well. It almost actually turned out better than this side. I cut that hole a lot nicer. And I don't know, I just got really lucky with the cut. It came out really good. So if I ever have to do any other door panels, I'm just going to trace this one. And yeah, I'm going to add the red ribbon onto this one as well. Get it all set, and then the door cards are done. I have a bunch more of the things to do the interior. So I'll probably show like a before and after, but if not, this is how you make some custom DIY door cards. Really cheap, and only with a couple hours. All right, now I've done the door cards. I did the whole dashboard, and it looks mint with SEM color coat. This is the color that I've always used, and this is the exact name of it. But I've never tried to dye carpets before. Now these tan carpets have kind of seen the worst of their days, and there's not much saving them. And before I switched them out for black carpet, I thought maybe this stuff that's supposed to work for carpet and works wonders on all the stuff that I've ever done is worth a shot. So I started off with a quick vacuum, and let's get to spraying this thing and see how it turns out. All right guys, so I just finished the first coat. You literally couldn't tell that it was tan. All these marks that you see is just kind of my hand going over it to feel how it feels. It feels like completely normal carpet. I have to do some more just by the footwell. You can see right up there. I just didn't reach it because I wanted to get the bulk of the stuff done, but I know it seems ghetto, but this interior did a whole 180 from when I first got the car. So here's a better look of how the interior transformed. So we got the regular carpet undyed with the SEM. And now we're going to move over to the side that is fully dyed. So we got the black carpet, the black door cards, which look awesome. Dashboard, which looks awesome as well. This interior really did a 180. And now it's gonna be time for finding a good deal on some bucket seats.